Arkadaşlar başlıyoruz.
So why should an entertainment
AdColony
Hello everyone, welcome to another video of the Digital Box. You may know me from the previous videos, but let me introduce myself first. I am Can and I am working as marketing executive at AdColony. And today we have a very special guest with us, Timo Krueger. He is the commercial director, Esports and gaming at Nielsen. And today we are going to talk about what is Nielsen and different sub-breakdowns under Nielsen and our latest mobile gamers research that we conducted as AdColony together with Nielsen. And Timo, hello. Thank you for accepting our invitation. Could you briefly introduce yourself, please?
Hi, Can and team. Super happy to be here today and also super curious to hear more about you and what we have done together in the past. So yeah, again, thanks for the introduction. My name is Timo. I'm the commercial director, esports and gaming on an international level at Nielsen. I know for most of you, Nielsen is a very big company, and I try to explain a little bit more in detail what we are doing. Maybe just to summarize what I'm doing, I'm taking care of our major esports client, and these could be brands, teams, event organizers, etc. I'm also doing business development for all our Asian markets with the focus on China and Southeast Asia. So in the end, it's what we do, what I'm doing with our clients, it's understanding of the esports and gaming strategy and the challenges with it. And we translate these challenges into solutions, which could be like fan insights, viewership numbers, media value. And in the end, we want to make sure that the client can make easier decisions based on data, because we are convinced that data helps to invest their money in the right things. So that's pretty much who I am and what I'm doing. Looking forward to the next steps here.
Yeah, thank you so much for this introduction. And also, you are working at Nielsen. Could you please inform us about the Nielsen for our viewers who don't know what Nielsen is?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, every day I need to learn more about Nielsen because it's a big company and there's so much stuff happening. Right now, we have 22,000 people. Beginning of the year, the company or the former company got split into two parts. The Nielsen Media part, where I am based on, and the Nielsen IQ part. Just briefly, Nielsen IQ, maybe most of you know that Nielsen IQ is working with a household panel and provide consumer intelligence data. So basically, I answer that for myself with who's buying what and when. And for example, what is the impact of a discount when there are new prices for a new product? On the other side, we have Nielsen Media, again, where I am working in. We are standing for the one media truth. So we really want to provide global viewership numbers over all platforms. This can include social, streaming, TV, digital, everything. We're also providing marketing effectiveness models, TV advertising spendings, and so on. So maybe to really summarize, within Nielsen, there is Nielsen Media, and there is a part where I'm working, and that's Nielsen Sports, but I think we will talk about that in a bit.
As you just mentioned right now, there are many different sub-breakdowns under Nielsen. As someone who is on the side of the sports and entertainment, can you give general information about that part specifically?
Of course. I mean, again, Nielsen is a really big company, but within Nielsen Media, there's actually, I think, a big group, like around 1,500 people who are the sports entertainment experts. And again, Nielsen Sports is a subgroup of Nielsen Media. Within Nielsen Sports/entertainment, we are taking care of all our clients who are involved in sports and entertainment. This also means like music and music festivals, for example. So quite interesting. So we really want to understand the overlap of different entertainment forms such as sports, esports, gaming, music festivals, and so on. I think quite interesting is here that we understand esports and gaming as another form of entertainment where people can spend time and where brands can invest marketing budget. So in general, what we are doing, it's mostly about a sponsorship measurement and understanding the fan. So we always want to make sure that we can provide details about an audience. So, for example, who is the ice hockey fan in the US? How many fans Team Liquid has in the Netherlands? Or who is a streamer, or who is a fan of Candy Crush? I mean, there are so many questions all around, and we really try to understand that and provide details around that. Always making sure we understand the overlap, again, because our view on things is you can invest in sports, you can invest in classical TV advertising, but you also nowadays can invest into gaming and esports. And that's pretty much where we are and where I'm connecting all the dots, especially for esports and gaming.
Yeah, like you said, gaming is skyrocketed right now. Also, esports is very important for everyone, and people love gaming. And also, I'm going to continue with our latest research, mobile gaming research that we conducted together with Nielsen. Can you talk a little bit about the Nielsen's research power?
I think that's one of the biggest or greatest advantages from Nielsen, and working for Nielsen makes it often easy. Why? Because we have offices and local people, and I'm talking really about people, not computers, in more than 100 countries all over the world, which means we have the access to these markets, but we also have experts and local people on the ground who can tell you actually how something works, or how people consume specific data, consume TV and so on. So what we do here, we do millions of interviews per year. And again, we can cover pretty much all markets, often also complicated markets, like, for example, Saudi Arabia, because of a political situation. In China, we know there are big cities, but there's also a lot of mountains and so on. So we really want to make sure, with the quality we have and the power we have, that we can cover all the markets. For sure, there are some markets we can't cover. Almost no research company can cover that. But in the end, it's about also having local people on the ground. So I can talk to my colleagues, for example, in Japan, in South Korea, and they can provide me with some local insights, which helps me in the end to provide the best insights we have available for our clients.
Yeah, definitely. And also, I would like to ask you about how did the idea of mobile gaming research that we just conducted together published come about, and any reason why you choose to collaborate with AdColony?
Mobile gaming, mobile esports is pretty much popping up every day in my daily business. Talking to clients, talking internally, talking with event organizers in esports and so on. And we had I don't know when it was, like beginning of the year, we had a really big internal meeting with also people from Nielsen Media. And they told me, hey, there might be an interest from AdColony, understanding better what is really happening around mobile gaming and so on. And again, as I said, mobile gaming and mobile esports is always on my list. And I was just curious, and I reached out to AdColony, not from a Nielsen Media perspective, more from a mobile gaming esports perspective, where me and my team are working. I had a good chat with you, with your team and Melissa. And I think there were a lot of touch points we really identified directly in our first call. And after a couple of calls, I think we realized it would be great to collaborate in a way that we use our big network and the ability we have, plus our expertise in esports gaming, and help you to create a survey amongst 9 markets. So I think this was pretty much the start of a pretty interesting project also for us, stepping first time really into the mobile gaming market. And I think then in September, we really started this project. And I think we're all happy now with the results. And I think about the results, we can share a couple of key insights later during this talk here.
Yeah, definitely. And also from our side as AdColony, we have conducted lots of different researches together with Nielsen on previous years also. And because Nielsen is very reliable research company and third party, we decided to conduct this year's mobile gaming research with you too as well. And we are responsible, from Istanbul office, we are responsible for EMEA and LATAM regions, and we are responsible for almost 30 countries. And thanks to Nielsen's incredible reach, we have collected the most up-to-date data about mobile gamers' preferences, approaches, and the overall behavior for each region. So we are very happy that we conducted research with you again. Thank you so much for that. And also, I would like to talk a bit about the scope of the research. What we touched on, how we got the interesting outputs. Can you please mention about them?
Yeah, of course. And thanks for the kind words here on this stage. Talking about the mythology often sounds boring, or people think like, no, that's not really necessary, but I think totally different. And I think this was also part, and I really enjoyed that talking to you really in detail, and you really took time for it. Because in the end, it's not like that. In this case, we had a product, what I wanted to sell or what you guys really like. It was more like we identified something, how we can build something up to get really robust and valid results for you. So knowing that, we really wanted to make sure we reach the right people, because in the end, it's really like, it's a definition, like who is a mobile gamer? Maybe if I talk to you, Can, now, it's like you see a mobile gamer who's playing on a console or on another device, maybe a mobile gamer for me as someone who's playing on a mobile phone, on an iPad. But we made sure we keep this definition pretty clear. So we invited the right people for the interview. And the definition we used was people playing on a mobile device at least once a week. I know there are so many other companies out there who are all doing a great job. Maybe they do it like with the definition of a mobile gamer who's playing once a month. In this case, we really wanted to make sure that we reach the people who are playing once a week. And this was crucial here. And we, per market, we interviewed actually 500 mobile gamers. Plus, we also have a representative approach where we asked the people between 14 and 65. And in the end, we covered also for us really interesting markets, which are not, I would say, where everybody is aware of that there's something happening. But just to mention them, it was Brazil, Germany, Italy, Saudi Arabia, Russia, South Africa, Sweden, Turkey, and the UK. From an esports perspective, super interesting. But after seeing the results, I think mobile gaming is there, and it has super big potential. And there are so many differences between the markets, and that's why I think it's really crucial to have data available so brands understand better what's really happening in this sphere, because there are differences and you need to understand these differences.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Like, it's no secret that mobile games are indispensable in our daily lives. No one can deny that. And that stereotypical perception where the mobile gamers are males who are sitting in front of their big screens has already changed in people's mind. And now we all know that everybody is mobile gamer. You, me, we are all mobile gamers. And whether we are traveling or taking break from the work, resting, watching TV or listening music, mobile games are our biggest and most accessible entertainment and relaxation, and are part of our daily routine. It's very easy accessible, and this research is a concrete proof that since almost of the respondents state that they are playing mobile games. When we specifically look at the gender breakdown, there is no huge difference between the male and female ratio, and even in some regions that we conducted this research, females are exceeding the males, which shows that mobile games are not just for males. Also, when we look at the users' ad preferences, rewarded ad model is the most preferred one, since it's not interrupting the user's gaming experience. And lastly, through EMEA and LATAM, more than 70% of the users think that downloading and playing mobile game is very safe. So all these insights are very useful for us. So this research outcome is very beneficial for AdColony and shows the power of the mobile games too. Also, I would like to talk a little bit about the esports. What are the latest trends here? Where we are now? What awaits us in the future?
Very great question. It's pretty much the $1 million question looking into the future. But let me summarize what I see, or what I have to analyze on a daily basis. So usually, esports is a super interesting topic because it came up the last years, but it was already there since maybe 15, 20 years. How can I start? It's Nielsen, from a Nielsen perspective, Nielsen is taking esports very serious, and also Nielsen wants to grow with it. Again, what I said from the beginning, Nielsen is seeing esports as another form of entertainment where brands can choose to invest in, where brands can activate, and where brands can actually reach a very specific target group. But it's also very challenging because there are new platforms such as Twitch. There are everything is happening on mobile. We have now new platforms in China with Huya, Douyu, and all this stuff. And we want to make sure actually that if we do analysis there, we provide the right currency. So that's why it takes sometimes some time, but we're getting there. But that's why I think it's super interesting now working in this field and being a trusted advisor and bringing out currencies which are needed pretty much by everybody. But again, I think what we also need to understand, going back from a measurement point or how we see it, we need to understand esports is only the Champions League of professional gaming. Everything what's under or the basis is gaming, and mobile gaming is part of that. And there are massive numbers around. So as you said at the beginning, pretty much everybody is a gamer. I know so many people who played FIFA on a console, on a PC. We know that pretty much everybody has at least one game on their mobile phone. So it's just there, and you can't avoid it. Again, what happened in the last year, maybe just to share a bit of what we have seen. So the pandemic hit everybody hard, but esports and gaming could make the best out of it due to its digital nature. So we have seen a lot of new events popping up. So this was, for example, in the United States, the NBA 2K, where the basketball players jumped into a tournament where they played against each other. In Germany, for example, there was the German Bundesliga where famous players played against each other. So during a period, a very special period in all our lives, where everything was shut down, no sport, no entertainment, no music, no nothing, esports popped up, and you could actually tune in any kind of stream or somewhere on the internet, and you could follow people gaming or something related to gaming content. So that's kind of special. And then this was, like, I think, in my opinion, really helpful for it. Still, what we can see is that there are still event organizers still struggling because of travel restrictions. So it's pretty hard for the player to meet in one spot. Again, I mean, just like 2 or 3 days ago, massive events like the League of Legends Worlds or the PGL Counter-Strike Major just finished, and we see viewership numbers of 4 million, 3 million, 2 million, which is great. And we still have also other events coming up like PUBG Mobile Global Championship, Mobile Legends, M3 event. So that's all great, and it will continue. And I think it's definitely worth to check it out for brands, also for people to see what will happen in the future. What we see as a forecast, I would say right now, we see increasing viewership numbers. So there is a bigger interest in esports. We see there are many more professional leagues and events appearing everywhere in the world. So all the publishers and event organizers take it really serious, which also gives chances to brands to step in. Right now, it's crazy what I see around crypto companies. They stepping into esports and into gaming, and there's a good reason for it. Our data just in Germany, we released a couple of weeks ago, just showed the younger audience of esports fans has a very high interest in crypto companies compared to the national population, which just shows there's a fit between that these brands should go into this. And I think there are also other touch points for brands. In the end, I think the key message here, what I also maybe wanted to share, is you need to find your game, and you need to understand the esports structures behind it, where you can reach actually your goals. And if your goals are about audience, if your goals are about awareness and so on, just make sure you understand the right target group behind a game or even an esports league. So that's, I think, where we are right now from an esports perspective. I think there are many more things I could bring up here, but I think this is like a quick summary where we are at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. Both esports and mobile gaming is becoming indispensable in our lives. And also the popularity of them is highly increasing. And right now, all the brands and the agencies wants to reach their target through them. So it's becoming a new platform for them, and it's becoming very important. And I'm really excited to see what future awaits for esports and gaming too. But I think it looks very bright. It looks really good. Okay, lastly, I would like to talk about Nielsen's near future plans and project. So with that, we can inform our interested audience. Could you please talk about them a little?
Yes, for sure. And I mean, we are still in plannings for 2022 and 23, planning our research plans, what we will publish and announce and so on. But what I can tell you, what we're doing from a entertainment perspective is we're focusing hardly on being able to track all kind of platforms. This is TV, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, but there are also challenges in the market. For example, Chinese platforms where it's hard to get viewership numbers we can use for our daily analysis. We are working on that often on a global level with these platforms. I'm also working with Amazon to get more data from Twitch and so on. This is the media part. From a market research or fan insights perspective, we want to make sure that we also not just going talking to our clients and here that's it. We want to make sure that we also educate our people internally on esports and gaming, that we have the experts you need in this case. Same with sports, right? We have Nielsen'in Sport because we have people who know sports exactly. They know what's going on in soccer. They know what's happening in ice hockey or even cricket or motorsports. So there are a couple of things we are really working on at the moment. Again, in the end, it's about one media truth. So we want to make sure that we cover all the relevant platforms in the future. If it's about a streamer on Twitch, or is it like a TV program on ESPN? So this, we really want to make sure we cover that. The challenge here is to come up with one currency. Because if you use, unique viewers from Twitch and an average number from TV, this is pretty hard to understand for brands and to actually make a solution or to find a solution for that in the end and to understand that in the right way. So that's on our list. And then we want to make sure that we cover all the markets where especially mobile gaming, mobile esports is happening. And there we have to look to Asia. Southeast Asia is already way ahead of what I think will be happening in Europe and the States soon. And they are also totally different games. Also maybe sharing some key insights we see in Brazil, Free Fire is going crazy. In Saudi Arabia, I don't know if you've seen the data points, but 56% of people who are playing mobile games, they play PUBG Mobile. So these are the numbers you need to understand if you want to understand a specific market. And for that, we want to make sure that we provide the right data in the right way. So brands and whoever wants to work with the data or needs data to make next steps or investments, that we are there. So plan for next year is definitely covering more markets for mobile esports and for esports. And from a media perspective, again, there is still what we do, like the media evaluation, tracking viewership numbers, providing sponsorship value and so on. So whoever is interested can reach out. And then I think we also have AdColony and Nielsen have some plans already for next year, but I think this will be announced at a later stage.
Yes, it will. Thank you for all your detailed answers, Timo. And do you have any final things you would like to add?
Not really to add. What I just would like to see and what super surprising me was a couple of notes here. For example, in Saudi Arabia, 56% of the people are playing PUBG Mobile. There are so many interesting data facts. I would like to mention that I think as a marketeer, as a person who is working or who is responsible for marketing budget, I think it's really crucial to understand if you want to go into a market, you need to understand the ecosystem around gaming and esports to make decisions. I'm pretty sure there is some data needed because we see so many differences here and there are so many games out there. And behind every game, there's a different target group with different interests, with different behavior. But if you understand that, I think you can make easily next steps because there are also so many companies who help you with that. But again, the basis is data, and then someone who transformed that into action, I think.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. And thank you so much for all your detailed answers and for your time and accept to be our guest on our YouTube channel. Thank you, Timo, for all this important information and accepting to be our guest on our YouTube channel. And thank you to everyone who is watching the video. If you enjoy it, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. And also you can listen our podcast on Spotify. So take care. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay. Thank you so much, Timo. It was great.
Cool. Thank you for the chat.